Some stand-up comedian. I ran into an old friend of mine. Said, John, you still living the vida loca? Said, no, I'm living with the bruja loca. I'm not mechanically inclined. I don't know if any of you are. My wife's always saying, you know, my dad used to change the oil in my car or tune up my car. You don't do any of this stuff. You know, you probably don't even know what a screwdriver is. Yes, it's vodka and orange juice. We were going to Mexico to visit my in-laws, and we're at the airport, and all the outgoing flights to Latin America and the Orient came out of the same terminal. And my wife has no tolerance for people she doesn't understand. Oh, the heck with it. And my wife's a racist. She goes, look at all these little Chinese people, I just can't stand them. And all of a sudden, a couple old Chinese people sat down next to us, and they're just talking Mandarin, and there's this one word in Mandarin sounds exactly like a bad word in Spanish. It's chingao. And these couple just kept saying it over and over again, and I told my wife, look at, they're talking about you. She goes, well, what does it mean? I go, well, I think it says, chingao, look at all these Mexicans. The round eyes are right, they had to close the border. So we finally got to Mexico. We went to my in-laws' house, and we're standing outside, and out hobbles this three-legged dog. No arm whatsoever. Walks on out to the street and gets the car tire and lifts his leg to take a leak, but because he only has two legs to balance himself, boom, he falls over. And my wife goes, help him, poor guy. And, what, help the dog pee? What, are you crazy? Oh, wait a minute. I can teach him how to take a leak like a human. Okay, doggy, come here. Stand on your hind legs, and with your good arm, put it on the wall. And don't look down, you know, unless there's a bug on the wall or a bee. The honey kind? Yeah, a honeybee. Just read what's on the wall, like, for a good time, call Fifi. She's a real dog, but she can really fetch. And Chiquita likes it doggy style. My in-laws said, oh, you've been putting on a lot of weight, you know, what's our daughter feeding you? What is she making for you to eat? You want to know what she's making? She's making me order tacos, hamburgers, pizza. She doesn't do anything. And the pain in my ass, I mean my wife is actually a very good cook. She invited a female friend over for dinner, and she made pig's feet. And have you ever eaten pig's feet, you need to suck on the bones really hard to get the meat off. And so it's just the three of us, my wife and her girlfriend, and each of us have a stack of bones in front of us. My wife has hers and her friend and mine, and my wife goes, look, you still have a lot of meat on your bones. She goes, look at hers and look at mine, they're nice and clean. Yeah, well, they just tell you that women can suck better than men. I was talking to a store owner, a mom and pop store, and we were talking about the pending supermarket strike. He goes, yeah, you know, that's the problem with these companies that get too big. You know, they get all these headaches. And I go, that's the same as my wife. She got too big and I got all these headaches too. And, you know, I've been wanting to take her on a cruise, but she's afraid, you know. I've always wanted to take her because I heard it's easy to push somebody overboard. Oops, did I say that out loud? She goes, no, the boat's going to sink. We're going to die. And so we started talking, well, what are we going to do when we eventually do die? And we both decided that we're going to be cremated. I go, okay, well, what do you want done with your ashes? She goes, well, sprinkle them in the ocean. Wait a minute. You're afraid of the ocean, but you want to spend eternity in the ocean. well, the kids are afraid of the ocean too. And well, great. Now how are we going to sprinkle your ashes? Oh, wait a minute. We're all going to be standing in the semicircle. They were here to sprinkle your mom's ashes in her final resting place. Now bow your head, say goodbye to your mom. Okay, Mijo, go ahead and flush the toilet. People say that I tell a lot of unflattering stories about my wife, and they go, well, why did you marry her? I go, well, it's not a reason of why, it's the fact that karma caught up to me. All the dirty, nasty things I used to do to young girls when I was single. So, guys, you got to be good to your girls, or one day you'll be up here talking about the pain in your... Oh, never mind. And that's all we got for you today. Thanks for your time.